Hi, I'm Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop, and we have special guest Doug Leko from Antler Quilt Design to show us a brand new table runner. Tell us about it.
Well, this is the table runner called Jubilant from my Winterlude book. It's been popular already from the previews that I've done on social media.
And I love the star because it looks super complicated, but when he shows you, you're going to realize how easy it is and how it's doable for you at home. So let's get started.
So today we're just going to start with the Jubilant runner at step number 1. And the Jubilant runner can be found in the Winterlude book. So step number 1 is we're making hourglass units. We are going to sew 4 different triangles together. You're going to sew them into halves, just like that. When you put them right sides together, you are going to align the 90-degree corner, and you're going to stitch. And you're going to align this one and stitch as well. Then you're going to press, and you're going to have 2 halves. You're going to join them together to make a completed hourglass unit. You're going to press as shown in the pattern, and you're going to trim to 5.5 inches square. Next, what you're going to need to do is we're going to trim. This is our completed unit right here.
And I love when you make the hourglasses bigger and then you trim down,
Yep.
because you can use your ruler to get it just really nice and perfect,
Yep.
and it makes the rest of the process and the rest of the star come together nicer.
Yes, more accuracy the better, I always say. So then step number 2, that was step number 1, believe it or not, very simple. So step number 2 is we are going to measure down from the top 4 inches. I'll turn it this way. And when you measure down from the top 4 inches, we are going to cut off this bottom part. This is going to give us our star points very easily. This part is a discard piece.
Okay.
And these are our star points. You need to make 12 of those. Next, we are going to work on our center of our star. So this is our center star, and it consists of 4 different quadrants. And we're going to just work through the first part. We are going to use a C2 rectangle, and everything is labeled in the pattern to keep you organized. And you're going to use a C9 square. You're going to place it in the corner, aligning all 3 sides. And you're going to use the simple folded corner ruler that I just introduced. And we are going to trim off the corner. We are going to line the cut edge, just here with all your cut pieces. And then you are going to cut along there, creating your new sewing line. You're going to sew that, and you're going to press to your triangle. Now we're ready to add the red to the bottom. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to rotate it. We're going to put a red square in the bottom. And we're going to turn this so we can cut it. Aligning right sides together. And again, we're just going to trim off using our simple folded corner ruler. And now we're going to sew that, creating our unit. We're going to have a double cornered rectangle.
And when you're doing something like this, you just want to make sure you're paying attention to the correct direction.
Yep.
I think that's the hardest part of this
Yes.
step.
Yep, just to make sure you got them placed correctly. Now we're ready to make step number 4. And step number 4 is the same thing, just with a red versus a green. We're going to have our A1 rectangle and our C9 square. We're going to place them right sides together. And you're just going to want to make sure when you do the folded corner that you put your angle on the correct way. As you can tell, I have to rotate this to get the opposite angle as before. Again, we're using the simple folded corners ruler, and we are lining it up on our cut edges, all of our pieces. We are cutting away the discarded corner, and that is our new sewing line. We're going to sew it and press, and now we are ready to put our quadrants together. So we're going to use one from the first step, and we're going to use one from the next step, and then we're going to use a C8 square. You're going to join these 2 together and press, and then you're going to join that on the bottom, and we are going to make 12 of these. Then you're going to take 4 of these and lay them out into a star, just like that.
And so do you have any tips on when you're sewing these together, how you can make these 2 seams
Yep.
join?
So everything will nest. All my patterns give you the correct pressing, so all your seams will go together and they'll lock together. So you get a better points and your pieces come out a lot nicer. And we're just going to join them together into horizontal rows, and then we're going to put them together into our block. And our block is going to come out at 5.5 inches square. So the next part is constructing a star block. We are already at that step. So we're going to use 4 of our units that we made in the first step, and we're going to place them around that smaller star we just got done making.
And it's coming out just so beautiful. Such a good look. And this really is, you know, if you look at this, it looks beautiful in Christmas, but it could look good in any type of motif fabric.
Patriotic, Civil War, whatever you want, yep. So now we laid out our star, just as it says in the next step. And you're going to sew them into vertical rows. So you can sew together like that. Those together. And once you sew those together, then you're going to create your block. And here is what our block looks like.
It's so beautiful.
You need to make 3 of these blocks for the runner. And then you have to make an alternate log cabin block, and then you just set the runner on point.
Awesome. We'll definitely pick up his Winterlude book at the Fat Quarter shop and try this today. See you next time.